I'm going down to the river. Oh, don't you wanna come? I sit down at the river. We're gonna have some fun.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Morning Live Show. The live show's podcast and meta content is brought to you every week by these loyal sponsors. McGraw-Webb Chevrolet on the bypass in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for 30 years. Join the McGraw-Webb Chevy family today. Tucker ATV, Jackson, Alabama, your local servicing Polaris Hustler Echo dealer with an international reputation. C.T. Ward Power Sports in Camden, Alabama, XL Godfrey Hurricane Boats powered by Mercury and Yamaha engines, your water skiing gear headquarters on Lake Millis Ferry. Safford Trading Company and Safford Equipment under the tower in Safford, Alabama, home of your residential and commercial lawn care bundle bear. Wildlife Management Solutions in Eutaw, Alabama. Let the guys at WMS select the right seed and blends for your soil type. South Alabama Kubota and Reynolds on the Strip in Monroeville, Alabama. Kubota and Skag Zero Turns, the right Kubota tractor for the right price. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors live show. It is September the 30th, 2022. We are live from the Lawler Timber Company Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. 58 degrees outside, cloudy with a north wind about 6 miles an hour. And welcome Mr. Joe Allen Dunn, my co-host this morning. How you doing, Joe Allen?
Doing good. Glad to be here, Big Daddy.
Got a good crowd on here this morning. Old Mark Bowler, he sent me some videos. I'm going to show some in a minute of that live scope in action. Good morning, everybody. Rusty, I thought you was going to mow my grass Wednesday, Rusty. I reckon I'm going to have to get Travis Powell to do it. Old Slab Busters are tuned in up there, listening to us. I think they in Tuscaloosa. They listening on YouTube from Asheville. Home Lake of Neely Henry. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Al and Brooke Smith up there at Lock 5. Big Bama Bryant Taylor's tuned in. Ryan Gunn, Fishmaster Jigs, getting hot. I caught some Sunday on Noonan Hall in Natchez, Mississippi. Tommy D up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Old Thunder's tuned in from upstate New York. Grandma Karen in California. Thomas Strickland, good morning. Larry, Debbie Abernathy, good morning. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Let's see what we got going on this weekend. The only thing, we got the Collegiate Rodeo. I ain't got a report from Kevin. I'm sure he's there. It started last night in Livingston at the Hines Spree Rodeo Complex. Have you heard how Brody did? Did he ride last night?
I haven't heard.
I hadn't heard either. See if Kevin's listening, let us know what's going on. But the gates open tonight at 6 o'clock. Rodeo begins at 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night over in Livingston, Alabama. And also tomorrow, y'all, this right here. And all you got to do is go to Gettin Outdoors Podcast 184 and hear what all is going on. Let's see. I think I got something here. Oh, there it is. Tomorrow they'll start up in Wise Lake, the Great Alabama 650 paddle race. That is sponsored by the Alabama Scenic River Trail, and you can go listen to all the information on it on podcast number 184. But that is a picture that was taken, I think, last year. That is what the kayaks look like that are coming down the river. It's going to be 15 of them, and it is a race. They'll be paddling 24. They got to stop at some places 30 minutes, but they will be paddling at night. It's going to be something to see. and they'll be coming through him probably Monday or Tuesday, Joe Allen. You need to come down here, and we need to get on your porch and
We'll
fly
do
the
it.
drone. But that was a good picture somebody took last year of them coming through here, and we'll keep up with them. I'll have it all the information on my Facebook page where y'all can keep up. They have a live map where you can keep up with every one of them. You know, they're spread out pretty good, but 10 days. They leave tomorrow, and they got 10 days to go to Fort Morgan, and it's going to be a great big, be covered by a lot of media. So that starts tomorrow, and then let's see. The next thing I got on my calendar is Depot Day in Pine Hill, Alabama, October the 15th. And then here's something I really want to talk about: the Alabama Wildlife Federation Wild Game Cook-Off in Selma, Alabama. And starts at 6 o'clock on the 20th. That's a Thursday at the Arts Revive in Selma, Alabama. Emily Hancock, Donnie Ross are the ones to contact, and they are looking for cook teams. Now, that is Selma, October the 20th. They're looking for cook teams, and you can get your tickets at the Co-op or Hancock Barbecue, or you can go online to the Alabama Wildlife Federation website and get your tickets. The tickets, I think, are $50 for two people, but that not only includes all you can eat and drink, but also a membership to the Alabama Wildlife Federation. So, and then the next one on the calendar is the Southwest Alabama Wildlife Federation Cook-Off, and that is the one that Shannon and Team Tucker ATV are the reigning champions. And I guess they'll be cooking again this year, won't you, Joe Allen?
Oh, yeah.
But
I heard them already discussing their recipe, what they're going to do.
That will be November the 3rd at 6 o'clock, and they need cook teams also. And I know that the Pig Brig man is going to be there, and he is donating a Pig Brig pig trap. I don't know how they're going to give it away. I think they auctioned it off last year, but we'll have plenty of information before it. But the reason I want to say this so early is because you guys that love to cook, y'all need to get you up a cook team. It's so much fun, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of competitive, and it doesn't cost anything to cook in it. They supply the stuff, but you just got to cook enough to feed a couple of hundred people for little samples, you know.
Right.
But it is a lot of fun. And if you're interested in having a cook team in Selma or at the Southwest Alabama Wild Game Cook-Off in Grove Hill, get up with your folks and let's make that happen. But that's going to be a whole lot of fun, Joe Allen. Let's see what else we got. Then the Extreme Bass Challenge will be here. That will be the 22nd of October at Bridgeport City Landing, John McAlpin. If you want to get your that's on the 20th. And then the next weekend, same place, Bridgeport City Landing, $2,000 guaranteed Selma area food bank bass tournament. That's always a great tournament. And they'll have the food bank truck down there. And we ask everybody to come down there and donate a can of food. That's what this is all about, is getting food for the needy. And golly, you know they needing stuff now the way it's just a lot of things going on. Especially, I do want to shout out to all the victims of the hurricane, Joe Allen. That hurricane was awful down there in Florida. And if anybody wants to help, I think the Red Cross would probably be the best place. Gio's on here up in Boston for mile 5 of the Boston Marathon. How you doing, Gio? But those guys really caught the day. That was a hell of a storm, and it's finna hit again on the Georgia, South Carolina line. So y'all keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And if you can help them out, give to the Red Cross. I think that's the easiest way to help them out. Ryan, I don't know anything about. Nobody sent me any information about Pioneer Day coming up in Clark County. So let me know about that. I don't know. I have no information on it. I do have the Forestry Festival in Jackson, but that's on up in November. So we got plenty of time to worry about that.
Yeah, that Pioneer Day. They have it at the museum there in Clark
Yeah,
County.
I've never, I don't know. I got to get the information before I can put it out there. All right, let me play this right here. I saw Grady and John Locke's grandmama yesterday, and she told me that they raised $800 selling them Bluebird boxes. So that was good, and they still got some that are available at Handyman. So if you're looking for a good Bluebird nest box, Handyman's got them, and all the proceeds go to the small family. And they raised over $800 selling them Bluebird boxes. I did the podcast this week, Joe Allen. I want you to go listen to it. Kyle Lieberger with the Native Habitat Project. He is a great young guy. He's toting the flag for our ecosystem and saving our natural native plants and native grasses. And it's just a great interview. He's such a smart guy. And I also hooked up this week with the director of the let me think what it is. I can't even think of the name of it. But anyway, he's talking about the River Connected, and it is. Let me find it. I think I got it right here where I can kind of read it to y'all like I read it last time. If I can find it, I ain't got my notes, so like I had them here. Dear. It is the Nature Conservancy. That's what I'm trying to say. The Nature Conservancy is what it is. And we talk about the what they're going to do, what they're trying to do. And I read this before and I'll read it again. They have a very narrow window of opportunity to change the flow, not the flow, but the fish navigation from the Gulf to the Cahaba River. In November of 2021, the United States Corps of Engineers entered into a $3 million agreement with the Nature Conservancy Alabama chapter to study the feasibility of reconnecting fish migration between the Cahaba and Alabama rivers, which will restore river systems' path to the Gulf. The Nature Conservancy raising half those funds and putting boots on the ground to provide science-based restoration solutions. Over the next few years, the Nature Conservancy and the Corps will explore the options for a partial removal of circumvention of two key dams, the Claiborne Locking Dam in Franklin, Alabama, and the Millis Ferry Locking Dam in Wilcox County. And what that means is they are studying now how they're going to put some kind of gate or some kind of bridge or either something going around the dam where those mullet, sturgeon, skipjack, shad can come from the Gulf all the way to the Cahaba River. Those two dams, we got them cut off. Now, it was a lot of people scared they were going to remove the dams. That's not going to happen. But you got to listen to the podcast, and it'll drop next Thursday when I talk to Mitch Reed, who is the director of the Nature Conservancy. And I'm telling you, he's a pretty sharp guy. And what they're going to do is very interesting, and how they're going to do it is very interesting, and that will be out next week. And everybody who is a stakeholder on the Alabama River from the Gulf to the Cahaba River needs to listen to that podcast. Good morning, Joe Alvarez is tuned in. Okay, Clark County Historical Museum Pioneer Day is October the 29th. Thank you, Ron, for that information. The Black Warrior around Jennings Ferry was sure pretty this morning. He is on Lake Millis Ferry. What did it look like on Lake Millis Ferry this morning, Joel?
Oh, it looked good. It felt good out this morning, too. I had having to unload all that wood. It kept me from breaking out into sweat with that little light breeze, crisp air this morning.
I'd love to have a camera set up watching you unload that wood. All right, let's go over this one more time because it's still post-summer seed on the ground. This is the one that was sent to me from Selma, and it is, I think that's a fork.
Yeah.
they thought it was a spoon, but if you look close up top, how it's got a split in it, and I like to show this is what they look like. You know, if you look, the spoon is a rounded on the round, and a knife is pretty obvious, and then the fork, if you see the fork, has got just a little split in the top of it, and if you, that's what you want is a fork, because the fork says it'll be pleasant, mild winter with no snow days. A knife means that it's going to be rigid winds that will cut through your coat like a blade. And then the spoon is plenty of snow throughout the winter.
Well, I ain't taking no chances. That's why I'm getting my wood now.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly this morning.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else I got on here. The persimmon. If y'all have not already gone to Grampin Hills Wildlife YouTube channel, please go to it. I put some more videos up. And here, let me give you a sample of what I put up on the Grampin Hills Wildlife this week. This was the 1st of September out here in the Alabama Grampin Hills. If you're a deer hunter, you might want to shut your eyes. Look at that big joker, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
That's right here about a half a mile in front of the
You better not be telling where they at.
Well, they can't get there. Good morning, Willie George Pearson. And let's see, I got something. Here's something else I want to show y'all. You know, people ask me, Joe Allen, all the time about live scope, you know, and how we see those fish on live scope. And I put a video up yesterday about that. Mark Boland sent me a series of videos that were just unbelievable, and I'm going to show you this one. And if you look, this is in standing timber, which is what, Joe Allen, 12, 15 feet deep.
Yeah.
And now,
well, it'll show you on there.
Yeah, and these crappie, you know, everybody thinks these crappie tend to school up, but they don't.
No.
This is the way that we are fishing now with that live scope, is we are finding these single fish, and this is the way it works. I want y'all to watch this now, and the fish. I play the clip. The fish is right by a standing tree in the water, and then you'll see Mark just pitch the jig to it and go down. You'll see the fish hit it, and then I do it in slow motion. But watch this, and if you have any questions, let me know. There's that fish, that big old round dot right there by that log. See the jig coming down? Bam! He just hit it.
Big Daddy, you know, you can find schooling fish, but what we're looking at, the bigger fish tend to be loners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can find schools of fish, and then you'll catch a bunch of little ones.
Yeah, but that's just, see that jig coming down? Watch that fish. He's going to nail it. Bam. Here he comes. There he is right there. That's one of the best. That's the best videos to show people how live scope works. And I appreciate Mark sharing those with us. But that is something else. Now I can tell you that. I saw that video, BDL. Adam, I had your picture that you sent me, Adam. I took it down. We showed it last week on the show. Those fish y'all caught long line jigging. But anyhow, that Pursley Creek log cams on it. I've got all kind of stuff on the Grampin Hills Wildlife YouTube channel. I wish y'all would go subscribe to it. And also, I wish you'd go subscribe to Shane Jones Fishing on YouTube too, because he's about to hit 1,000. He's going to give a fishing trip away. You want to mention something about the ultimate Alabama River experience, Joe?
Well, we working on it. We working on it. Shane's kind of getting it all together and tweaking it, and he's going to put some prices out.
It's going to be a 2 fisherman package, weekend packages on, and it's going to
2 days, 2 nights.
Eating.
Yeah.
And when we get it all put together, we will let y'all know. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back right after a word from these loyal sponsors. Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden, a shopping experience you will never forget. Bubba and Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama, across from McDonald's, outfitters for the serious sportsman. Community Neighbor Bank with locations in Greenville, Camden, Pine Hill, and Grove Hill, serving rural Alabama since 1906, bringing you the Gettin Outdoors weather since 2007. Brett Lofton at Southern Advertising in Monroeville, Alabama, printing almost everything since 1992. Plaza Golf Cart Sales in Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, your easy-go superstore. Town Country United Bank, Camden, Alabama, proud sponsors of the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report every week on the Gettin Outdoors podcast. Lawler Timber Company, Camden, Alabama, family-owned independent business offering professional forestry services and home of the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. Harris Farm and Marketplace, Possum Bend, Alabama, Park, Laree, Pip, and Hunter, family-grown, family-owned farm fresh produce. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors. Now, let's get back to the live show. I'm going to tell you, talking about Park Harris and Possum Bend Harris Farms, Joe Allen, he has created a monster down there with that new meat market he's got. He called me yesterday, and he's hand cutting those steaks, and everybody's just really enjoying going down there. And he's open on Sunday, and they got fresh tomatoes, fresh okra, and fresh squash out of the garden. And I'm telling you, he is doing it now, old Park.
I don't see how he keeps up with all that. Really, that's a lot of work.
And mums, if you need some mums, let me see. I think I had a picture of them at the Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden. The mums that they have got down there, you got to see them. There they are. They got them all out in front. Look how big they are.
Yeah.
And they got, I bet they got 200 out there in front of Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden. So if you guys want to make your wives happy, stop by there and pick your wife up a couple of pots of those mums. They are pretty too. Those things really are pretty. Yep. And I tell you, old Lee Turner down there, he is a master. He's got a green thumb. He can grow. I don't know if he grew these, but he's got a couple of greenhouses behind Coast to Coast, and he's going to grow some native stuff this year. And he does all his own tomatoes. And I tell you, he's a very talented guy. Not to mention everything else at Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden. They selling seed and feed and fertilizer and everything else. Good morning, Mr. Harry. Pardon, B-Dog is tuned in. All right, let's do the Community Neighbor Bank weekend weather forecast and the Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast for the weekend of September the 30th till October the 2nd. Last day of September, first weekend of October, Joe Allen. Where does time go? Today, sunny with a high near 78, north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, clear, 51, north winds 5 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny, high 80, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, clear with a low around 52, north winds 5 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny, high 78, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20. So you better get out there tomorrow if you don't want to fight that wind. Sunday night, clear with a low around 54, north winds around 5 miles per hour. That is your weekend Gettin Outdoors Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weather report for the last day of September and the first 2 days of October 2022. Joe Allen, deer season getting ready. 15 more days and bow season to be in. Rabbit season, squirrel season, teal season going out. But what else is going? What you hearing about hunting season? Is everybody getting ready?
Oh yeah, we're starting to cut a lot of arrows, stuff like that, and they getting their bows tuned up and checking them and getting the broadheads together. But yeah, it finally dried up to plant. You know, it had been wet so long now.
Yeah, it's dry.
It's dry now. With it, you kind of teeter-tottering on where to plant or watch for rain, then plant. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I see a lot of tractors and a lot of pallets of seed and fertilizer on the back of trucks, and
yeah, they're making the migration up right now for sure, and getting the camp houses all ready.
yeah, it
And,
is. It's that time of the year. It's that time of the year. But don't forget about the fishing, because the fishing is good this time of the year too. Are you gonna fish this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna fish. That's one good thing about the deer season. It frees that water up for a lot of us,
Yes.
and I really enjoy it in the fall out there. Go back to when they get in the river mode, and we go back to bottle bouncing out in the river. I really enjoy that time of year.
Well, old Taylor Ward put my new trolling motor on yesterday, so I got a new weapon, and I have a Tarova 24-volt, 80-pound thrust, 45-inch shaft, iPilot ready trolling motor for sale. If anybody's in the market for a Tarova trolling motor, Taylor's got it there at CT Ward Power Sport. And Tommy D wants to know if you got a nice supply of bowstrings.
I have a pretty good mini. Just if you need one, just call my and I can go check inventory and see if I got the length you need. But also I have a good supplier. I can call them and have one within about 3 days. So it just depends on what length you have. Now I don't have any. I don't stock any recurve string. I strictly just the compound bow type strings, but I can have access to getting, recurve strings if you need one.
And you got 15 days to be getting ready, Joe Allen. It's time for everybody to pull.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get old Beaver McIntosh to come sit in with me, to talk about bow hunting, but he done retired. Now you can't get him to get out of them woods no more. But right now is the time to get that bow out, check your strings, get your arrows stocked up. Now you mentioned cutting arrows a while ago. How does that
Well,
work?
see, we buy our arrows, full length. They around 32 inches long or 34. And then when you come in, everybody has a specific length.
Yeah.
Walmart, where they do theirs, they just buy them cut already.
Already cut. You custom
certain
cut
lengths, but I'll custom cut yours because you may be a 27 and a half, 28 and a half.
Now, is that what the way you draw back? How is
Right.
that?
No,
how do you measure that?
Well, usually they just bring an old arrow in, but if they're setting up a bow, after we get your draw length set and your particular rest that you have, then we'll draw it back and get a accurate arrow length then, and we'll cut it to length then.
Joshua Prim wants to know if you got any camo mesh for the blinds.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of that. We got got the see-through mesh, like if you're putting up inside the shooting house, and we got the regular burlap, like if you're putting around the blind. So we carry both.
You got any big boy shirts like this right here?
I got a few. Clothes has been hard this year. Now it's not easy with them either. About as bad as ammo, but we getting some clothes in. We're getting some of the winter clothes out right now. We did get a good selection of youth camo this year.
You said you had some overalls and stuff like that.
Coveralls and overalls. We got some now that our supply won't make it to Christmas. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and do your Christmas shopping
right now, because but that has been hard to get. Is some good youth camo, the pants, and the shirts and the jackets and the bibs, insulated stuff. I mean, and we found a company that had it, and it's pretty reasonably priced. It ain't as high priced as that Drake stuff. We've carried that for a while, but everybody can't afford a $200 jacket for a kid.
No.
They want a $75 or $50 jacket, So
now you said on the show Wednesday night you got a $10,000 load of boots in the other day.
Yeah.
And Bubba was fussing about that, but I was talking to Taylor Ward. He done had to go back there and start working his shot. He said he put he put a pair of work boots on for the first time in a long time. But what all boots have you got? What brand have you got?
Well, the lacrosse we got good inventory on lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the rubber boots, the rubber and the leather top, the Uplander and the Mesquite, and the all those type of boots, in men's and women's sizes. We got a few women's sizes in some of the tall rubber boots, but the Danner has been they're behind. We Danner's like I've had a lot of people wanting them Danner snake boots, and those have been hard to get. We got a good selection of lacrosse rubber snake boots, but none of the Danners in the San Angelo or either that type boot from Danner.
I see Hunter Pipkins is on here, Joe Allen. We need to get him to write us an intro for these shows. We need a Getting Outdoors intro.
He can do it too.
Hunter, if you're listening, you need to put your thoughts into writing us an intro for the live show on Friday morning and the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report on Wednesday night. And the podcast too. We need an intro for the podcast too. My stuff's getting old. We need Hunter to do that. So he is a talented young man. There's no doubt about that. What about doves? Dove season? Y'all about to wind it down? I think it goes through October. Y'all got a few more dove hunts?
It's got some more
He said he'd do that. All right, we're gonna be looking for it, Hunter.
Yeah, well, I think they doing a morning hunt this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, and got a few more hunts. Last weekend's hunt was spectacular. It was great. A lot of birds.
I ate some of them doves. You and Todd cooked some of them bugs, and we got a video we're gonna put out. But let me tell you, don't never bring me another plate to eat that ain't got but 2 or 3 little old doves on it. I can eat 6 or 8 easy. So.
Well, I had to feed a heap of people with that plates, and we had to spread it around. But that dove jambalaya turned out good.
It was darn sure good. It really was, and I appreciate y'all thinking about me.
And we're already thinking about what we could cooking next. And Todd says we're gonna follow the season. We're gonna go squirrel, and some rabbit, and then even possibly we gotta looking up for recipes for some coon.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting right there. We get the coon going right,
and we're gonna get that video. I've got the video. I just hadn't edited yet of y'all cooking this dove jambalaya, and we'll get it out. Where are we gonna put it? Y'all need to start your YouTube channel or something.
Well,
I put it on mine.
Just put it on yours for now. Till we
get it going.
We might just flop, and that'll be the end of it. We don't know.
And Todd, you can't flag the UPS truck down now and get Todd's autograph. You're gonna have to wait till he gets off work to get his autograph when we make him famous.
Well, that's the problem. He works till midnight every night.
Yeah.
We gotta work around that.
All right, it's going to be a cool weekend. Y'all heard the Getting Outdoors Community Neighbor Bank Grandma carrying weather a while ago, and the wind's going to be blowing a little bit. Be careful if you're out on that water because it is dangerous out there. Good morning, Mike Dees in Citradale, Alabama. Once again, we do want to shout out and send our thoughts and prayers to all the people that were affected by the hurricane and still going to be affected. It's fixing to hit Georgia and South Carolina again. If you want to help those guys, I don't know. I'm sure a million places you can help. The Red Cross is where to help. And, they need a little bit of everything, but you can't go wrong by giving a monetary donation. 20. If everybody in the country gives $20, that'll help them out. Some of those folks got wiped out. They don't have anything. I mean that, and some of them, I don't know why in the world they stayed there. I'm 140 miles north of the Gulf, and when one comes through here, buddy, I'm headed north. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna go through another one. Those hurricanes are awful.
Well, I tell you what, looking at that damage, you mean flashbacks of what we had, a few years ago.
Sure did.
When I woke up that next morning and drove to Thomasville, it was, I mean, you wouldn't think it was going to happen, but it can happen. That's why you got to get out of the way.
Between here and Thomasville was unbelievable. Good
Yeah.
morning, Tina and Owen, both tuned in this morning down there in Millersville. Mr. Jolly Owen, thank y'all for tuning in. And that's all I got, Joe Allen. What you gonna do today?
I'm gonna finish with that wood and then get the boat ready for Saturday.
Yeah, I'm finna go
what
tweak.
I'm gonna do.
I got to get that live scope transducer tweaked on that new trolling motor of mine and do a little stuff. And I'm gonna hit that water at day crack in the morning and try out my new live scope transducer on the trolling motor with a foot control trolling motor instead of that remote. And I hope I hadn't made a mistake doing that. But Shane Jones talked me into that, and if it don't work, I think it's gonna work good though, and you're gonna be doing it for long when you get your new boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We got minnows back at Dunn Sports this week. It finally got cool enough to start carrying them. We'll have minnows from now till next June. So, and Donna said for me to get her 50 minnows to bring to the house.
There you go.
She likes to drown in minnows.
Well, everybody have a great weekend. Remember to spay and neuter your animals. Practice safety, 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 whether you're on the water, in the woods, camping, planting food plots, or camping at one of the campgrounds. Be sure to practice safety, safety, safety. Now more than ever, God bless America. Joe Allen, thank you for coming in this morning and co-hosting with me.
Enjoyed it.
And remember what me and old Joe Allen say. Get outdoors.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my stabby, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk, and climb.